Welcome back to the Pirate Podcast. This is podcast number 2. I'm here with Platte County football coach, Mr. Yost.
Hello.
How you doing, Mr. Yost?
I'm good today. Thanks
Good
for having
today.
me.
Of course. So, what is your role in the coaching staff for the Platte County football team?
So I've been with the Platte County football team now for 8 years, and during that time I've served as co-special teams coordinator with Coach Seifert, and I am the secondary coach. I coach defensive backs, so safeties, corners.
All right. How would you say our season's gone so far?
We've gone through quite a few growing pains this season. We have been so close, right on the fringe of really winning 3 of the games that we've lost at this point. So we've gone through some early growing pains, and we're trying to find kind of our identity as an offense and a defense. So really the goal right now is to kind of keep working through some of those issues and find what that identity looks like.
All right. So, as we enter the halfway point of the season, what is your end-of-season goals?
Well, the great part about the way that Missouri does high school football now is that everybody goes into districts with a chance to win a district championship. And so these early losses, they really hurt, and they take a shot at your confidence a little bit. But at the end of the day, by the time Week 10 rolls around, it doesn't matter. None of those things matter. So as long as we can continue some growth, as long as we can kind of continue getting some players to the point where we think they can perform, then by the time Week 10 rolls around, we have some great opportunities to go win some ball games and hopefully compete for a district title. So really the goal right now is just stay the course, keep working, and make sure we're improving to where we need to get to by Week 10.
All that matters is that first playoff game, right?
First playoff game is everything. So you hope that by that point you're playing your best football, and surely our best football is in front of us.
All right. What do you think the team needs to work on the most going forward?
So one of the things that would benefit us the most is being consistent with our work habits. We have some guys who are super talented, who can do some really great special things on the football field. But our poison to this point is our inconsistency. So as we kind of work to figure out how to become more consistent and how to continue that, I think the big focus and emphasis for us is going to be building those work habits each and every day, showing up to practice with the right attitude, showing up to practice with the right kind of mentality to get the work done, to do the nitty-gritty things, so that when Friday night rolls around, we've built that confidence through our work habits.
All right. So what would you say the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team is?
You know, last year's team had some guys on it that had played varsity football for 3, sometimes even 4 years. On this team, we don't have that veteran presence that we've had before. There's no Trevor Scott, who was a 4-year starter for us. There's no Blaine Kuhn, who was a 2-year guy for us. There's no Cade Fowler. So you're missing some of those veteran guys who really could kind of step in and lead a group. This group, though, completely new identity, completely new group. And now those leadership positions have fallen to some guys who either haven't played a ton or are pretty young. We have some sophomores in some positions now who are playing quite a bit of snaps, and they're trying to learn their way just as much as those young guys did, Cade Fowlers and Trevor Scotts, when they were young players. So we're trying to work on developing that identity and kind of developing those skills with the young guys. And then also relying more on, some of our senior guys who can step up and be in those roles.
All right. So were you a high school athlete?
I was. I played football and basketball in high school, but football was really my sport. I sat on the bench a lot in basketball, or I fouled out of games. So football was really my calling early on.
What position did you play?
I played middle linebacker, so I've always kind of been a defensive guy. And I've loved that defensive mentality of just smash mouth football.
Yeah, were you a big hitter?
I'm not a big guy, but I'd like to think I was a big hitter. But, I think you'd have to ask some of my other teammates what they thought. So,
So would you ever be interested in coaching any other sport besides football?
I've coached so many different things, even here at Platte County. I coached freshman boys basketball a year. I did middle school track a couple of years. I was most recently the head bass fishing coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always got interested in other things and trying to help out with whatever we need to make sure that our athletics are in good shape.
Football, would you say it's your favorite one to coach?
Football has always been my favorite one.
Yeah.
Something about the time of year and the excitement on Friday nights. It's hard to compare a lot of other coaching experiences to that, just because it's such a unique experience.
Yeah. So what would you say your favorite thing about coaching is?
My favorite thing about coaching and the most rewarding thing is you put in all this time and effort and energy into making sure that the kids on the field are producing their best product. And my favorite thing is watching somebody who has either never done it before or who have struggled to persevere and to have success on the football field. So, when you have taught a young guy or a player who's never played before what something looks like, what success looks like on the field, and then you see them have that success, that's the most rewarding thing, is just knowing and learning that, hey, somebody found success because of something that you helped them do. And so you'll never see, Coach Yost's name in the paper for anything that happens on Friday night, and I love that. I love that we can help these young men find great success in an area of life that can be really, really rewarding.
Yeah. So how much do you think the new facilities are going to affect our team?
Oh, I'm so excited about them.
Me too.
The renderings look gorgeous. And it builds this sense of anticipation for the future, not just for football, but, hopefully to getting in there this winter for the basketball season and experiencing that. I think it's going to make Platte County even more of a special place than what it already is.
Yeah, we should be getting that new scoreboard by homecoming, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
That's what they're saying. It looks really weird right now with just the iron posts out there, but when it goes up, it's going to be a big key feature of our stadium.
Yeah. So last question, what are your top 3 sports, would you say, in general?
Top 3 sports. So as a fan, I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I love my Sundays, my NFL Sundays, and watching NFL football. In the springtime, I go crazy for college basketball. I get the March Madness bug just as much as anybody else does. And then kind of a side thing, a personal thing, is I have developed this love for running, and not something I ever did growing up, but so I have a huge admiration for cross-country athletes, for track athletes, and especially those distance races.
All right. Can we get a score prediction for Colts Chiefs this weekend?
Colts Chiefs. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Colts are pretty beat up offensively, and I think the Chiefs defense is developing. The offense for Kansas City is on fire, so I'm going to say Kansas City 35, Colts 17.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.